welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Wednesday, the 3rd of September. I'm your host, Daniel, and today we're going to talk about Google is being told they must share search data with competitors. The US House Committee has released thousands of Epstein files, and the murderer of the Ukrainian MP has admitted guilt but denies links to Russia. So firstly, a US judge has ruled on Tuesday that Google will have to share data with other search engines for the sake of increasing competition in the sector. In a 226-page decision, US District Judge Amit Mahirt also rejected the prosecutor's demand to force the Alphabet-owned search engine to sell Google Chrome, the world's most popular internet browser and the Android operating system for smartphones. Google will file appeal in the case, which could result in years going by without Alphabet having to act on the ruling. So what? I mean, this is pretty crazy that they haven't been broken up as a monopoly. Like Google, as everybody knows, is an insanely big company that controls so much, down from like Chrome, Android, Google search engines, advertising, etc. It's good that they're going to have to share search engine information, but like how that helps competitors to come up to the level of Google, I don't really see. I don't really understand why that would happen. Whereas like forcing them to break apart from like, Chrome and Android could bring up other people within those businesses. So it's a bit kind of shit. It'll be interesting to see where the case was filed and how pro-corporation the judge was and how, because this just doesn't seem like that great of a crackdown on what is essentially a massive fucking business and that controls so much of like so many sectors. Of course, Google's going to appeal the case and just drag this out for as long as they possibly can. So I guess we'll probably not hear about the results of this for years, but it doesn't seem like a great win for consumers and a pretty big win for corporations. And next, a Republican-led United States House of Representatives on Tuesday released tens of thousands of pages from the probe into the disgraced financier and convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, amid the case becoming a political headache for the Trump administration. The 33,295 pages, which are part of the first batch of documents related to Epstein and his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, were released by the House Oversight Committee on its website after being handed over by the Justice Department following a subpoena. They said that they were in the process of uploading the documents for full transparency so that everyone in America could see those documents. And they also said it's going to be as quick as they can get them uploaded, and we want to make it as public as soon as possible. This follows mounting cross-party calls for more transparency over the infamous case. So what? I mean, there's going to be some great videos, I'm sure, coming out, digging into these documents and looking at how much has been redacted, because I bet you there's some, and what is in there and what is not. That's kind of going to be kind of the key, whether it actually has the information on who was going to Epstein's Island, who was going on his jets, who was he involved with, whether Trump is actually involved in this. Everyone seems to think it's pretty likely that he is because of how much he's been trying to avoid talking about it. So we'll see. It's always good to remember they're in control of what information they're releasing. So if some disappears down the road as it's coming out, who's going to be any the wiser? So I don't know. It's a claim to be fully transparent, but no one's ever going to fully believe the government because they're going to protect their own, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, there should be some interesting stuff in there. It'd be funny if there's lots of stuff in for the Democrats, and then the Republicans is going to turn on them. And lastly, the suspect in the assassination of RG Pardur, I fucked that name up for sure, the Ukrainian MP that was assassinated last weekend, has admitted to murdering the pro-Western Ukrainian politician, but denied that he was working on behalf of Russia. The individual was the former Speaker of the Ukrainian Parliament. This is the MP, not the assassin. I just can't say his name, sorry. Who was a prominent figure in the anti-Russian protests in 2004 and 2013, and he was shot in broad daylight on Saturday in western city of Lviv. Ukrainian police said that they believe the crime had Russian involvement, but the individual has denied this. In a video circulated, the video I uploaded, the suspect told reporters shortly before a court hearing on Tuesday that he is guilty of the shooting, that it was his personal revenge on the Ukrainian authorities, rather than being, I want to be asked to be exchanged for prisoners so I can go and find my son's body in Russia, he reportedly said. So what? So it appears likely that he is doing it for pro-Russian reasons, even if he's not directly pushed by Russia. He just didn't like the pro-European, Ukrainian political parties, and he wanted the country to be more Russia-aligned. So, yeah, I mean, that can make sense. This guy was a very pro-European politician, so it is the way it is. I doubt this guy will be exchanged for prisoners, though. I think he may be executed. But I don't actually know if Ukraine does that. So I guess we'll find out. But he's pretty fucked. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you.